Have you been discouraged? Well, if you look around you, there are a lot of people who are discouraged. And there are a lot of reasons why people get discouraged. It could be health problem, financial difficulties, failing marriage, and even unmet expectations. And if things aren't going according to our plan, it's really easy to get discouraged. Now, in this video blog, I want to ask the question, what is the best and most effective way for us to overcome discouragement? Well, there are a lot of sources where you can find the answers. But if you want the right answer, you've got to look at the right source. And that source would be the Bible. Now, if you look into the Bible, there are a lot of encouraging scriptures, passages that you could turn to every time you get discouraged. But in this point in time, I want to focus our mind to one of the most intriguing and I think it's very interesting story found in the Bible. And this passage is about the prophet Elijah. And it's found in 1 Kings chapter 19, 1 verse 18. Now I won't read the whole chapter. I just want to summarize it and to see and to share with you the most effective way to overcome discouragement. Now, I want to read verse 1 here. It says, "And Ahab told Jezebel at all that Elijah had done, also how he had executed all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah, saying, 'So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I do not make your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about the time.' And when he saw that, he rose and ran for his life, and went to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a broom tree." Now, if you could just imagine the prophet Elijah, okay? He just killed 450 prophets of Baal. And and you could just imagine the courage and zeal of the prophet Elijah. And here it is, here it's Jezebel threatening his life, and he was just afraid. Isn't it bizarre that Elijah is one of the best prophets of all, and then just a threat from a woman, and he felt very afraid and just ran for his life. And I believe it tells us that no one's really exempted to discouragement. And you could see that Elijah was so discouraged, he was so depressed that he asked God to kill himself. Now, that's a suicidal tendency of Elijah. Now, here is where Elijah gave us the right answer to how he could overcome discouragement. Elijah withdrew himself and went to the wilderness to spend time with God. And I believe this is what we should do every time we get discouraged. We go to our spiritual wilderness where we could spend our time with God. Now, I don't mean that you go to this deserted place or any other place that you can't afford to go to, but we could create our own spiritual wilderness right where we are. It could be before we go to sleep. It could be when there's less noise, there's less distractions, and it could be just our private room. And being discouraged should motivate us, should behoove us to spend more time with God. And we could always come before the throne of God, the throne of grace of God, and present everything, all our cares and all our problems to Him. We could say, "Father, I am so tired, I am so discouraged and depressed. I just want to surrender all these things to you. I got low grades in school. My kids are sick. Whatever the reason, I have a financial problem that I can't overcome." You could always go to God and surrender that to Him. And you know what? God will listen to you because He is merciful, He is loving, and He's always there for us. That's why we could always tell Him, "God, I'm so I am tired of getting all this for getting discouraged. Let me realize that you are greater than my biggest failures. Let me realize that your love is bigger than my discouragement. So I just want to leave you with these very beautiful words of encouragement found in Joshua 1 verse 9. Let's go to Joshua 1 verse 9. And this is the time when Moses passed away and Joshua would be given the task to lead the Israelites to enter the promised land. And I want you to imagine God speaking this to you. Okay? He's speaking to you these words right now in times of discouragement. He said, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage." Not just courage, my friend. He said, good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed. For the eternal your God is with you wherever you go. So keep the faith, be encouraged, and always know that God is always with you. And He will never leave you nor forsake you.